Greetings, dear viewers. It's George from Ireland. Here I am outside University College Cork. So, University College Cork is, well, obviously the most estimable educational institution in Cork, and was founded in 1844. It didn't open its doors until 1849. The University Act for Ireland was passed in 1844. So these were to have no religious denomination. There's already Trinity College Dublin, which was affiliated to the Church of Ireland. But the majority of us were Catholics. However, it was decided that they wouldn't be officially Catholic colleges. There was a Catholic university in Dublin in the middle of the 19th century, folded towards the end of the 19th century, which is separate. Anyway, so this is initially called the Queen's College, and then 1908 became part of the National University of Ireland, along with University College Galway, University College Dublin. The word Queen was dropped. Belfast didn't join that. That's still the Queen's University of Belfast. So the degrees here are awarded by the National University of Ireland, the NUI. I remember seeing a degree certificate from the mid-90s, and it was all in Latin, which of course very few people can read these days. Faintly ridiculous. I think it might be in English now. So you got it in Irish there, Colóiste na Ollscoil Corcaig, and we have it in English here on the other side. This gate was opened in 1928, because previously they had to share a gate with Cork Jail along here to the left, which is closed. And then that was a city jail. The county jail was across the river on the north side. We're actually just on the island of Cork in the centre. Remember, the south side is generally more shishi, but the UCC is just on the south side. It's a little bridge we're about to go over. And you can see the coat of arms in the middle. The two red towers for Cork, the red ship. I don't know what the white lion and the white book is open. The three crowns of Munster on the blue field, and words in Irish, where Finbarr taught, let Munster learn. Because there's Gill Abbey very close to here, where St. Finbarr supposedly set up a religious house. So here we are, going over the little bridge here, the north channel of the River Lee. Now, there used to be the Muskerry Light Railway, which closed in 1934, which went very close to here. The street just there, you can see, is called the Western Road, going that away to the west, out towards the Straight Road. So called because very few roads around here are straight for very long, and that's more or less parallel to the Lee. Okay, so see these weeping willows here? So it's an island of verdure and tranquility in this city, not a very built-up city. Over that way is the UCC Sports Ground, Fitzgerald's Park. Okay, so some very fine late Victorian architecture, but often it's a throwback to an earlier era, a little bit Gothic. How about that? Anyway, it's overexpanded in my view, because the student body's almost 20,000 people, and they come from 80 different countries. Even in the early 90s, a lot of students from Malaysia. Now, obviously I'm absolutely fine with students coming from abroad, and academia has always been an international thing, so cosmopolitanism is a good thing. I'm not against people being foreign. I'm just thinking there's not as much green space as there used to be, and it's too crammed. And you go back to the early 60s, only about 2,000 people here, so everybody knew everybody. The thing is, the Republic of Ireland's got one of the highest tertiary education participation rates in the world. About 50% of young people going on to higher education. So some people here at UCC, there's a regional technical college, and I can't think, there's a School of Commerce, for instance, in the city centre, and there are various other regional technical colleges. So in the Republic of Ireland, we've got UCD, UCG, and UCC. There's Dublin City University, and then there's obviously Trinity College Dublin. So Dublin's got 3 universities alone. Then there's Limerick University, and then there's Maynooth. So Maynooth used to be solely a seminary. It's not just for educating clergy these days. They opened their doors to laity in the late 80s, if memory serves. So how many universities that I've lost count? Because although strictly speaking the National University is one university, really it's 3. UCC, UCD and UCG more or less do their own thing. They're so big, and they're obviously separated by like 150 kilometers each, that in effect they are separate universities. Anyway, coming up to the Aula Max, obviously usually goes by its Latin title, as in the Great Hall. There used to be more sports fields right here. Things were built over for the O'Reilly building. O'Reilly was a famous academic administrator and professor here in the 20th century, an intensely religious man who's married, had several children, and towards the end of his life, he decided that he would take holy orders. He and his wife separated, didn't divorce. This was with the imprimatur of the Catholic Church, and he entered a monastery and she entered a convent, something which was not so uncommon in the Middle Ages, but by the 1960s was more or less unheard of. So as you can imagine, it was the talk of the town, because he was one of the most prominent people in the city. So looking over to the north side, to the hills beyond, an area called Sunday's Well, perhaps it's so obscured by the mist and the rain that you're probably not able to make it out. If I make this brighter, is that going to help? No, the opposite.